Hi there, welcome to my tutorial on being able to factorise expressions. This is part 1 out of 2. The next one looks at the difference of two squares. So this one, to factorise. Example 1, we've got a basic expression there. All we need to do is look at our two terms and see what's a factor of both. What occurs in both terms? Well, 9 occurs in both terms because 9 is a factor of 18, but so does x. So we can write 9x outside our bracket. Open up the bracket and then we say, what do I need to multiply 9x by to give me 9x squared? Well, x times x gives me x squared, so 9x times x will give me 9x squared. And then what do I need to multiply 9x by to give me 18x? 9 times 2 gives me 18, so I get 9x inside the brackets x plus 2. You could always multiply that out to check that that gives you the correct answer. Example 2. Here we've got a quadratic expression. We're looking now for two numbers that will multiply to give 32 and that will also add to give 12. And once we've determined what those two numbers are, we could have had 1 and 32. They give 32, but they don't add to give 12. We could have 2 and 16 gives 32, but doesn't add to give 12. We could have 4 and 8. 4 times 8 gives 32, and 4 add 8 gives 12. So our numbers, we know, are 4 and 8. Once we've established that, we open up a set of double brackets. Quadratics have these double brackets here. Write the letter that we're dealing with in the front of the brackets, and then the numbers that we've found for the first part, we just add on to each term in either order. They're both positive numbers, so we have a positive inside the brackets. If we multiplied that out, we'd get back to that. Step 3, slightly harder one. This time we've got a coefficient in front of the x squared. What we need to do for that is we need to multiply the first number by the last. 5 times negative 3 gives you negative 15. I'll just write that over the page there somewhere. We're now looking for two numbers that multiply to give negative 15 and that add to give 2. So let's look at our combinations. We could have 1 and 15. We can have 3 and 5. But of course, to multiply to give a negative number, one needs to be positive, one needs to be negative. So we need to look at the different combinations here. Well, let's look at the first one. Could it be minus 1 add 15? That gives you 14, so it can't be that. Could it be 1 take away 15, add take away 15? That's going to give you negative 14. So it's certainly not that combination. So it must be the other one. But which way around? Is it negative 3 add 5? If you've got negative 3 and you're adding 5, that's going to take you to positive 2. So these are the numbers we're looking for. Now, this isn't as simple as this one. What we need to do, we need to go through another couple of steps to be able to do this. Once we've established what our numbers are, we need to split the middle term into those numbers. So I split the positive 2x into negative 3x and positive 5x. Try and put it the correct way round to make it easy to factorise. I don't want to, because I'm going to start off, I'm going to write this out again. 5x squared. I don't want to put the negative 3x first because it won't factorise with the 5x. So I'm going to put the 5x first. Then I'm going to put the negative 3x and then finally the negative 3. Now the reason I did it in that order is because the last thing we're going to do here is to do what's known as pairing. So if I split that down the middle, so I've got this pair of terms and this pair of terms, I'm going to factorise each one individually. If I factorise the first one, then you can see that this is going to factorise a lot better than if I had the negative 3 there. So what occurs in both? 5x occurs in both. You put that outside the bracket. 5x times x gives you 5x squared. And 5x times 1 gives you 5x. Look at the next one. I've got a negative 3 that occurs in both. inside the brackets, negative 3 times x gives me negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 1 gives me negative 3. These terms inside the brackets here should always be the same. If they're not, you've done something wrong. Then all we need to do is write whatever's outside the brackets, the 5x minus 3, in one set of brackets, and whatever's inside the brackets go in your second set of brackets like that.